So we have done 3 catecholamines: dopamine, dobutamine and phenyldopam. We are left with 3 more: adrenaline, noradrenaline and isoprenaline. Now first we will discuss the actions of these 3 catecholamines on blood pressure, heart rate, and then we will come to their use. So we will draw a table. The table will have first of all as adrenaline, second row will mention noradrenaline, and third row will mention isoprenaline. These are the 3 catecholamines that we have to discuss. We will discuss their action on BP and heart rate. So we have systolic BP and diastolic BP. Okay, heart rate will come later. What are their actions on systolic and diastolic BP? In order for us to understand this, we first understand on what type of receptors do these drugs act. So adrenaline, A for all. Adrenaline acts on all adrenergic receptor, alpha 1, alpha 2, beta 1, beta 2. A for all. It acts on all adrenergic receptors. Noradrenaline is not all. As you can see, not all. It will have action on alpha 1, alpha 2 and beta 1 receptor. Okay. It will not have any action on which receptor? As you can see, beta 2 action is missing from noradrenaline. It cannot act on beta 2. So that is the difference in adrenaline and noradrenaline. Isoprenaline, iso means same, so it will act on same kind of receptor, that is beta. It acts only on beta receptors. There is no alpha action of isoprenaline. So this is the receptor wise action of these 3 catecholamines. So remember, noradrenaline cannot act on beta 2. Okay. Now we come to effect on BP, systolic and diastolic. Systolic and diastolic. Now if we for a moment look at the formula of blood pressure that we read in physiology, BP in our body is given by cardiac output multiplied by peripheral resistance. Okay, this is the formula of BP taught in physiology. What does this formula mean? Cardiac output. Cardiac output is the function of heart, while the peripheral resistance is a function of blood vessels. Okay, heart is responsible for cardiac output and resistance is exerted at blood vessels. Systolic BP. During systole, heart is contracting, actively contracting. Okay, so which component will determine it? Heart contraction. And heart has which type of receptors? Beta 1 type of receptors. Okay, so whenever heart will contract, cardiac output will rise and systolic BP will go up because heart is contracting during systole. So that means we understand that systolic BP is dependent on beta 1 activity. Okay, any drug that stimulates beta 1 will increase systolic BP. Now we can see that all the 3 drugs are stimulant on beta 1. So all of them will increase systolic BP. All of them will act on beta 1 on heart. Heart will contract more, cardiac output will go up and systolic BP will increase by all the 3. Now coming to diastolic BP. During diastole, heart is relaxing. So blood vessels maintain BP. Now which receptors are present on blood vessels? We have already seen alpha 1 is present on blood vessel and so is beta 2. These are the 2 receptors on blood vessels which maintain diastolic BP. Alpha 1 is causing vasoconstriction and beta 2 is causing dilatation. Both are causing opposite effect. Coming to adrenaline. Adrenaline we can see can act on alpha 1 also and beta 2 also. That means some blood vessels which have more alpha 1 will constrict, some blood vessels which have more of beta 2 will dilate. So overall there is no major change with adrenaline on diastolic BP. Okay. So diastolic BP, adrenaline will not affect much. There might be mild increase but not much increase. Why? Because diastolic BP is dependent on alpha 1 and beta 2 both. Adrenaline can have alpha 1 also or beta 2 also. So both will cancel out and there is no net increase. Okay. So that is an important feature of adrenaline. It does not cause much change in diastolic BP. Coming to noradrenaline. Noradrenaline, out of alpha 1 and beta 2, it can act only on alpha 1, no beta 2 action as highlighted. That means all the blood vessels will only constrict because of alpha 1 action, there is no dilatation. So the diastolic BP will definitely increase. Diastolic BP will increase when we give noradrenaline because it acts only on alpha 1, no beta 2 action. So entire body will have vasoconstriction. So diastolic BP goes up. Isoprenaline has no alpha action, only beta. So diastolic BP will also decrease. It will fall. So this is the effect on blood pressure. Okay, this is the effect on blood pressure. So as we can see, noradrenaline increases both systolic and diastolic BP. Which BP is not increased by adrenaline if asked? Answer is diastolic BP. It is not increased by adrenaline. So that you should know. Coming to action on heart rate. Okay, coming to action on heart rate. Now heart rate will have again two components. One is a direct component and the other one is a reflex component. The sum of two components, direct and reflex, will determine the net change in heart rate. So heart rate has two direct and reflex component. What is this direct and what is this reflex component? First we have to understand this concept. So to understand this concept, we draw our heart. So this is our human heart. Now this human heart has beta 1 receptor, we all know. Any drug that stimulates this beta 1, any drug that comes to heart acts on beta 1 will be stimulated and heart rate will increase. So this is a direct action of drug on heart and this is what we call as direct action on heart rate, mediated by again beta 1, mediated by beta 1 receptor. So any drug that acts on beta 1, any drug that stimulates beta 1 will cause increase in heart rate directly. All the three have beta 1 action, so all the three will increase heart rate directly. We are left with this reflex. What is this reflex mechanism? Now for a moment forget heart. For a moment forget heart and focus on another tissue known as blood vessel. So this is a blood vessel. Now blood vessel has either alpha 1 or beta 2. It has no beta 1. Now the drug is suppose acting only on alpha 1. Okay, drug is alpha 1 agonist. So there is no alpha 1 in heart. So drug has no direct action on heart. Drug is acting where? On blood vessel. Okay, what will happen? Whenever there is alpha 1 stimulation, there will be vasoconstriction, and whenever there is vasoconstriction, the diastolic BP will go up. Diastolic BP will go up because vessels will constrict. Now comes the role of a receptor that we call as baroreceptor. So these are baroreceptors. Baro means pressure. They are present on blood vessel and they are sensing changes in diastolic BP. So whenever any drug stimulates alpha 1, diastolic BP goes up. Baroreceptor sense that pressure in the blood vessel has increased. Now these baroreceptor, they will send a signal to CNS. They will send a signal to your brain that diastolic BP has increased. Do something about it. When CNS or brain receives this impulse, what it does, it asks vagus. Now vagus comes into action. So CNS stimulates vagus or the 10th cranial nerve. So it increases vagal discharge. Whenever the signal of increase in diastolic BP comes to brain increases vagal discharge. Vagus, if you will remember, 10th cranial nerve is a cholinergic cranial or parasympathetic cranial nerve. 3, 7, 9 and 10 I told you. So it will come to heart, release acetylcholine. Acetylcholine will act on muscarinic receptors in heart. We discussed this at organ level.